The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Tom Reed as he stood on the bridge of his trading vessel, the Starlight. The small ship was nothing special, just a Class 3 transport that had seen better days, but it was his. After 15 years in the Human Defense Force, commanding his own ship, even a trader, felt like freedom. "Captain, I'm picking up unusual energy readings from Sector 7, said Lisa Bell, his first officer. Her fingers danced across the control panel, bringing up a detailed scan of the area. "It's coming from the abandoned outpost near the Durin Nebula." Tom frowned. That station was decommissioned over 50 years ago. There shouldn't be anything active there. Lisa nodded, her short brown hair bobbing with the movement. "That's what makes it strange. The signature doesn't match any known Alliance technology either." The Galactic Alliance, a coalition of 12 major species that governed most of known space. Humans had only joined 200 years ago, still considered newcomers or juniors by the older races. The memory of being called junior representatives at every Alliance meeting still burned in Tom's mind. "Plot a course, Jack," Tom ordered his pilot. "Let's check it out." Jack Stone, a young man with quick hands and quicker reflexes, adjusted their heading. "Course set, Captain. ETA 20 minutes. As the Starlight changed direction, Tom couldn't help but feel uneasy. The last time he'd been near that sector was during a border dispute with the Vex. The Vex Empire, the most powerful member of the Alliance, had been slowly expanding their influence for decades. What had once been equal partnership was now feeling more like slow-motion conquest. 20 minutes later, the Starlight approached the abandoned human outpost, a small station built into an asteroid during humanity's early expansion. Its lights were dark, its communication arrays silent. "I'm still getting those energy readings," Lisa said. "But they're not coming from the station. They're coming from behind it." Tom leaned forward. "Magnify that section of space." The screen showed nothing but stars and distant nebula clouds. "There's something there," Jack said suddenly. "The Starlight pattern is wrong. See how those stars seem to bend slightly?" Tom saw it too, a subtle distortion of starlight around a massive empty patch of space. "It's a cloaking field," Lisa whispered, eyes wide. "But Alliance regulations prohibit ships this size from using cloaking technology." "Scan it," Tom ordered. Lisa's hands flew over the controls. It's a ship. A big one. Human design, but nothing I've ever seen before." "Can we communicate with it?" Tom asked. "I'll try." Lisa opened a channel. "Unknown vessel, this is the trading ship Starlight. Please identify yourself." Silence filled the bridge for a long moment. Then a deep, artificial voice responded, "Human vessel detected. Identity confirmed. Deactivating security protocols." Before their eyes, a massive warship appeared from nothingness. Its hull was midnight black, nearly a kilometer long, with sleek lines that spoke of speed despite its size. Weapon ports lined its sides, and engine modules glowed with soft blue light. "That's impossible," Jack breathed. "That's the Defender." Tom stared at the young pilot. "You recognize this ship?" Jack nodded slowly. "From the historical archives. The HDF Defender was Earth's flagship during the First Contact Wars. It was reported destroyed in the Battle of Proxima Centauri, 150 years ago." Lisa checked her scanners again. "There are no life signs aboard, but systems appear operational." "We need to board it," Tom decided. If this really is the Defender, its technology could change everything. Hours later, the three of them stood in the massive bridge of the ancient warship. Emergency lighting cast everything in a soft blue glow. Despite its age, the ship appeared perfectly preserved. "Welcome, authorized personnel," came a voice from hidden speakers. A holographic figure appeared, a simple blue human shape. I am Arya, Artificial Response Intelligence Array. I have maintained this vessel for 152 years, 47 days, awaiting proper command authority. How is this possible? Lisa asked. The Defender was destroyed. Incorrect, Arya responded. The Defender was hidden by order of Admiral James Stone, following the preservation protocol. Jack's head snapped up at the name. James Stone? Affirmative. Admiral Stone ordered this vessel hidden until humanity needed its capabilities again. My final instruction: protect humanity when needed. Before Tom could question further, Lisa's communicator beeped. Captain, 3 Vex patrol ships just entered the sector. They're scanning 4 unauthorized signals and heading this way. Tom looked at the dormant weapon systems, then at Arya's glowing form. If the Vex find this ship. The AI seemed to understand. Threat detected. Activating defensive countermeasures. The ship hummed to life around them. Screens lit up showing the approaching Vex vessels, sleek predatory ships with the characteristic red glow of their engines. Warning, Arya announced. Defender systems include technologies classified as restricted under current Alliance treaties. Tom's mind raced. The Vex had always claimed technological superiority as their right to leadership. If humans possessed technology beyond Alliance standards all along. The Vex ships are hailing us, Lisa said. They're demanding to know what we've found. Tom looked around the bridge of a warship that shouldn't exist, a ship that could change humanity's standing in the galaxy forever. Tell them we haven't found anything, he said. Not yet. As the Defender's ancient systems came online, Tom knew the galaxy would never be the same again. The bridge of the Defender hummed with energy as Tom studied the ship's main control console. His fingers hovered over unfamiliar buttons and displays that seemed decades ahead of current human technology. These weapon systems, Lisa whispered, examining a side terminal. They're not in any Alliance database. The power readings are off the charts. Jack stood nearby, his face a mixture of awe and recognition. The historical records never mentioned any of this. This ship has gravity manipulation technology the Alliance claims was only developed 30 years ago. Tom glanced at the young pilot. You seem to know a lot about this vessel. Jack hesitated, then nodded. My family has stories about the Defender. Old tales passed down, but I always thought they were just legends. The holographic form of Arya flickered beside them. The Vex patrol ships are maintaining distance but continue scanning this sector. Their technology cannot penetrate the Defender's cloaking field at current power levels. Can you show us the ship's capabilities? Tom asked. The central display lit up with schematics. The Defender was more than just a warship, it was a technological marvel. Self-repairing hull material, energy weapons that could target specific systems without destroying whole ships, engines capable of speeds no human vessel had officially achieved. This doesn't make sense, Lisa said, shaking her head. Why would Earth hide this technology? We've spent decades being treated as technological inferiors by the Vex. Arya's hologram expanded. Accessing historical archives. After first contact with alien species, human leadership determined that revealing all technological capabilities would make Earth a target. The decision was made to appear less advanced while developing technology in secret. A hidden fleet, Tom realized. Is the Defender the only ship? Information classified, Arya responded. Access requires Admiral-level authorization. Lisa's communicator beeped again. Captain, we have a message from Alliance Command. Commander Wilson is asking to speak with you urgently. Tom frowned. Commander Wilson was the highest-ranking human in the Alliance military structure, a good man, but still bound by Alliance regulations. If he learned about the Defender, put him through to my personal device only, Tom ordered. Commander Wilson's face appeared on Tom's small screen, lined with concern. Captain Reed, the Vex are filing a formal complaint. They're claiming unauthorized human activity in a restricted sector. What exactly did you find out there? Tom hesitated. Wilson was human, he would want what was best for Earth. But he was also Alliance, bound by treaties and regulations. Just checking out an old outpost, sir, Tom replied carefully. Found some interesting historical data. Nothing that would concern the Vex. Wilson's eyes narrowed. The Vex don't deploy 3 patrol ships for nothing, Captain. I need to know what you've discovered. At that moment, Jack approached with an old data pad he'd found in the captain's quarters. On it was a personal log entry from Admiral Stone, dated just before the Defender supposedly went missing. Final entry: the Vex have been systematically undermining every race that joins the Alliance. They study our technology, replicate it, then restrict it through safety regulations. I've seen their long-term plans. They don't want partners, they want subjects. The Defender and her sister ships will remain hidden until humanity needs them. Trust no one outside Earth Command with this knowledge. Tom looked up from the log, then back at Wilson's waiting face on the screen. Sir, Tom said finally, I think you need to come see this personally. No transmission. No reports. That's serious? Wilson asked, his voice dropping. It could change everything, sir. For all of us. As Tom ended the call, the Defender's sensors pinged with a new alert. More Vex ships were entering the sector, including a heavy cruiser. They're not just patrolling anymore, Lisa said grimly. They're hunting. Tom looked around at the ancient warship, its power barely awakened, and knew they were sitting on the match that could ignite the galaxy. Commander Wilson's shuttle docked with the Defender 12 hours later. He stepped onto the ancient warship with wide eyes, his Alliance uniform looking strangely out of place among the older design. This is impossible, Wilson whispered as Tom led him through the main corridor toward the bridge. The Defender was destroyed. I've seen the official records myself. Apparently not, Tom replied. And that's just the beginning of what's been hidden from us. When they reached the bridge, Aria's hologram appeared immediately. New human presence detected. Rank, Commander. Clearance insufficient for full systems access. Wilson stared at the AI. What is this? Aria, show the Commander what you showed us about the Vex, Tom ordered. The central display lit up with files, images, and recordings dating back over a century. The information was damning: secret Vex communications, technological suppression programs, systematic control of emerging races. The Vex had been manipulating the Alliance from within since its founding. Where did you get this information? Wilson asked, his face pale. The Defender's AI has been gathering intelligence for over 150 years, Lisa explained. Even while hidden, its systems have been monitoring Alliance communications. Wilson sank into the captain's chair. This explains everything: the restricted technology zones, the prohibited research areas, the cooperative defense treaties that always seem to leave human colonies vulnerable. Sir, Tom said, we need to get this ship operational. If the Vex find it, they'll destroy it and claim it was an Alliance security action, Wilson finished. But we can't just activate a warship this powerful without authorization. Jack stepped forward. Commander, according to the ship's protocols, in the absence of Earth High Command, the senior human military officer present has emergency authorization. Wilson looked around the bridge, at technology that could shift the balance of power across the galaxy. How long to get basic systems online? The ship is intact, Lisa said. Main engines, life support, and defenses could be operational in 48 hours. Weapons will take longer. Wilson nodded grimly. Do it. I'll create a diversion at Alliance headquarters, report that we found nothing but are continuing to investigate the signal. The ship's sensors suddenly blared. Warning, Arya announced. Multiple Vex vessels approaching. Cruiser-class weapons powering up. They're not waiting anymore, Tom said. Wilson stood. Get this ship ready. Humanity's future depends on it. Vex cruiser firing. Lisa shouted as the first energy blast struck the asteroid field near the Defender. The ancient warship shuddered, its dormant systems flickering. Tom gripped the command rail as emergency lights pulsed around them. Arya, can we move this ship? He demanded. Main engines at 27% capacity, the AI responded. Sufficient for minimal maneuvering only. Commander Wilson opened a channel to his shuttle. This is Wilson to Alliance Command. Request immediate assistance. We are under unprovoked Vex attack in Sector 7. Only static answered him. They're jamming communications, Lisa said. Standard Vex tactic before a major offensive. Jack slid into the pilot's seat, hands moving across unfamiliar controls with surprising confidence. I can get us moving enough to reach the nebula. The radiation will provide some cover. Tom nodded. Do it. As Jack worked, Wilson pulled Tom aside. They knew exactly where to find us. This isn't random. Sir, Lisa called from her station. I'm detecting a massive energy buildup in the Vex cruiser. That's no standard weapon. The ship's view screen showed the cruiser's forward section glowing with ominous red energy. Arya, analysis? Tom asked. Graviton collapse weapon. Designed to crush targets by intensifying local gravity. Classified as prohibited by Alliance Treaty Section 27. Wilson's face hardened. The very weapons they banned everyone else from developing. Jack's fingers flew across the controls. Engines at 30%. I need more power. There's something else, Lisa said suddenly. I'm picking up a transmission from a human colony in Sector 9. They're under attack. Multiple Vex ships reported. Wilson paled. New Haven colony. Over 2 million civilians. Tom made his decision instantly. Arya, redirect all available power to engines and weapons. We need to reach that colony. That would reveal our position and capabilities to all Vex forces, Arya warned. Those are our people, Tom replied. We have no choice. Jack turned in his seat, his expression serious. Captain, there's something you should know. About me, about why I know this ship. The young pilot took a deep breath. My full name is Jack Stone. Admiral James Stone was my grandfather. He left encoded messages for his descendants, instructions for finding and activating the Defender if the time ever came. Tom stared at him. Why didn't you say anything? Because the final message warned that once the Defender reveals itself, the real war begins. Jack turned back to the controls. And we just ran out of time to prepare. The ship's engines roared to life as the Vex cruiser fired its main weapon. The battle for humanity's future had begun. The Defender burst from its hiding place just as the Vex graviton weapon discharged. The energy wave passed within meters of their hull, collapsing a nearby asteroid into dust. Full power to forward shields. Tom ordered as the ship accelerated. They're pursuing, Lisa reported. 5 Vex ships total, including the cruiser. Jack's hands danced across the controls with inherited skill. The massive warship moved with surprising grace, cutting through space toward the endangered human colony. We won't reach New Haven in time at standard speeds, Wilson said grimly. Arya's hologram flickered. Alternative propulsion system available. Warning. Technology violates Alliance Treaty Section 12. What is it? Tom asked. Spatial fold drive, Jack answered before the AI could. My grandfather's notes mentioned it. It doesn't just move through space, it folds space itself. Wilson shook his head in disbelief. That's centuries beyond current Alliance technology. Or so the Vex have told us, Lisa added bitterly. Activate it, Tom commanded. The ship hummed with new energy as hidden systems came online. The stars on the view screen stretched into lines, then vanished completely as space itself warped around them. 3 minutes later, the Defender emerged directly above New Haven Colony. The sight below was chaotic, 3 Vex destroyers firing on the colony's meager defenses, which were already failing. Open a channel to all ships, Tom ordered. When the connection was established, he spoke clearly, "Attention Vex vessels. This is Captain Tom Reed of the Earth Defense Force. Cease your attack on this civilian colony immediately." The response was immediate. "Human vessel, this colony is harboring illegal technology. Stand down or be destroyed." "Weapon status?" Tom asked Lisa. "Main cannons at 62% charge. Targeting systems online." Tom nodded. "Target the lead destroyer's engine section only. Minimum damage." The Defender's weapons powered up, sleek energy cannons extending from hidden compartments along its hull. "Warning shot only," Tom instructed. "Show them what we're capable of." A brilliant blue beam lanced out from the Defender, striking the Vex destroyer with surgical precision. The enemy ship's engines went dark instantly, leaving it drifting powerless. The response was immediate. The remaining Vex ships broke off their attack on the colony and turned toward the Defender. "They've called for reinforcements," Lisa warned. 6 more ships detected entering the system. Wilson moved to Tom's side. "Every Alliance member will have detected that weapon signature. They'll all know now that humans have technology we've been claiming we don't." On the communications channel, urgent messages were pouring in from other Alliance races: confusion, alarm, and in some cases, hope. "Captain," Arya announced, "I'm receiving direct communication request from the Vex High Command." The galaxy had noticed. There was no going back now. "Put the Vex on screen," Tom ordered. The view screen flickered, revealing the stern face of Admiral Krex, Supreme Commander of the Vex forces. His gray, scaled features showed no emotion, but his yellow eyes burned with intensity. "Human vessel," Krex said coldly, "you have violated multiple Alliance treaties. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded." Tom stood tall. "Your ships attacked a civilian colony without provocation. We responded to protect our people." "A colony harboring restricted technology," Krex insisted. Commander Wilson stepped forward. "What technology, Admiral? Medical supplies? Agricultural equipment? Or is it simply that the colony was becoming too successful?" Krex's eyes narrowed. "This discussion is over. You have 10 minutes to surrender that vessel." The screen went dark. "They're spreading out to surround us," Lisa reported. "Standard Vex encirclement pattern." Jack turned from his console. "Captain, I've analyzed their formation. There's a gap in their eastern flank, we could break through and make a run for it." Tom shook his head. "And leave the colony defenseless?" "No. Sir," Lisa called, "I'm receiving transmissions from other Alliance ships. 3 Miran cruisers and a Tellar battle group are changing course toward our position." Wilson looked surprised. "The Mirans have been neutral for decades. And the Tellars are usually Vex allies." The communications system chimed again. This time, a blue-skinned Miran commander appeared on screen. "Human vessel, this is Commander Lax of the Miran Defense Force. We have monitored the unprovoked Vex attack on your colony. We offer assistance." Before Tom could respond, a gruff Tellar captain joined the channel. "This is Captain Dorn of the Tellar Republic. The Vex have dominated the Alliance long enough. We stand with humans today. Tom exchanged glances with Wilson. Seems we're not the only ones tired of Vex control. The Vex ships are powering weapons, Lisa warned. Arya, Tom commanded, activate the Defender's full defensive capabilities. Protect this colony at all costs. The ancient warship responded immediately. Layers of advanced shields enveloped not just the Defender but extended outward, covering the entire colony below. The Vex opened fire, a barrage of energy weapons that would have annihilated a standard defense fleet. The shields shimmered but held firm. Impossible, Wilson whispered as the attack dissipated harmlessly. Jack looked up from his console with a grim smile. The real battle hasn't even started yet. As the Miran and Tellar ships arrived, forming a protective line alongside the Defender, more communications flooded in from across the Alliance. Species that had suffered under Vex dominance for centuries saw their chance for freedom. The galaxy was choosing sides. The space around New Haven colony blazed with weapons fire as the Vex fleet pressed their attack. The Defender stood firm, its ancient shields absorbing punishment that would have destroyed any other ship. Shield integrity at 82%, Lisa reported. We can hold this position. Tom surveyed the tactical display. The Miran and Tellar ships had taken flanking positions, creating a defensive line that protected the colony. More Alliance vessels were arriving, ships from species that had long chafed under Vex dominance. Captain, Arya announced, a Vex command carrier has entered the system. Energy readings indicate a weapon of unprecedented power. The massive Vex vessel appeared on screen, nearly 3 times the size of the Defender, its hull bristling with weapon ports. A red glow built at its center, similar to the graviton weapon they'd seen earlier but vastly more powerful. They're targeting the colony directly, Jack warned. That weapon will punch through our extended shields. Wilson's face hardened. This is their answer to rebellion, destroy everything. Tom turned to Lisa. What about the special weapon system you discovered in the technical database? The gravity manipulation device? Lisa hesitated. It's operational, but using it would reveal our most advanced technology. If we don't use it, millions die, Tom said simply. Prepare to fire. Jack worked quickly, his hands moving across controls with practiced ease. Targeting system online. The device is ready. On the view screen, the Vex command carrier's weapon reached full charge, its deadly red glow illuminating the darkness of space. Fire, Tom ordered. A pulse of invisible energy surged from the Defender. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, space itself seemed to twist around the Vex command carrier. The massive ship shuddered as conflicting gravitational forces pulled it in multiple directions simultaneously. What's happening? Wilson asked, staring at the screen. We're not attacking their ship, Lisa explained, eyes wide with wonder. We're manipulating the fabric of space around it. Their own mass is working against them. The Vex command carrier's hull began to buckle under forces it was never designed to withstand. Its weapon discharged harmlessly into empty space as targeting systems failed. Communications channels exploded with activity as other Alliance ships witnessed the impossible. The remaining Vex vessels began to retreat, breaking formation. They're running, Jack announced. Tom opened a channel to all ships. This is Captain Tom Reed of Earth. The Vex have manipulated and controlled the Alliance for too long. Today, we stand together as equals. One by one, the commanders of other Alliance vessels acknowledged his message. A new coalition was forming, one built on respect rather than fear. Commander Wilson approached Tom. The Alliance Council will want answers about this ship and its technology. And they'll get them, Tom replied. But on equal terms. No more treaties that favor one species over others. No more hidden agendas. As the Defender maintained its position above the saved colony, Arya's hologram appeared. Captain Reed, now that the Defender has revealed itself, protocol requires activation of emergency beacon. What beacon? Tom asked. Signal to recall all hidden vessels to active service. Jack smiled slightly. I told you the Defender wasn't alone. In the distance, across different sectors of space, dormant systems began to awaken on other hidden ships, Earth's secret fleet, preserved for a moment exactly like this. The galaxy would never be the same again. And humanity had finally taken its rightful place among the stars.